Why my camera look like flashback? Good. Yeah, it's good. Seems like it would be possible for us to go out front later.
Huh?
Seems like it would be possible for us to go out front later. Seems like it. Ah, okay.
Hey, don't you think he looks a bit like Barack Obama? Maliki Osman. A bit, right? Huh?
Yeah, a bit.
有点像。
Very nice person.
Huh?
Very nice person. The PA also like very chill.
But he doesn't look Malay like. It's a bit mixed. I think mixed Chinese.
Sorry?
Maliki Osman.
Maybe.
Not Malay. Maliki, is that a Malay name?
Malik, sorry?
Maliki.
Yeah, that's a Malay name.
Yeah. Not Balinese.
Okay, the sub-genre all I don't know. Malay.
Oh my god, this friend He keeps insisting, I'm not Malay, I'm Bayanese. Don't call me Malay. And she very angry because her IC say Malay.
Boyanis.
It's like me saying, I'm not Chinese, I'm Teochew.
No need lah, all this sub-genre lah. Okay, just let me see this. Nice view. So during the speech will be here, you can still hear it. It's very nice view because I think they want to fill up the whole, like you scan the whole camera will fill up with that banner thing. If possible lah, they say.
Yes, you want to stand beside them.
I think can. When it starts, I think here we have a better view of the crowd.
Huh?
See the crowd. Crowd. Mana dia crowd? See.
Got LED light also, right? Very cute.
And now even the viewers are commenting real time while we are streaming.
Got people comment.
Yeah.
Like, what do you comment about?
Like about the number of crowds basically.
It seems small because
What's on this? There's all SDP have. Sing First also have. Workers Party also have.
And who's going for the Han Hui Hui one?
Han Hui Hui is the intern Han. So.
And that's stuck. I was hoping not to go for that.
That one is the Boon King. Was it Boon King?
Huh?
There's the Boon King one.
No lah, Radin Mas.
Oh yeah, correct, Radin Mas.
Yeah.
Hello? Yes? Oh, the mic is on. Okay. Can.
I hope go. Want me to hold for you or you go toilet? Shit. This one cannot talk. use the mic.
Catch it now.
You still want to go toilet or not?
No.
Last chance. Toilet last chance. Yo, the crowd hall hasn't really poured in yet. There's no MPs. But we started screaming already. Box spots Can also interview all the way until the 7. Okay, can. Bye. Okay. Can see?
I made a trip there.
Hello, this is Happy TV live streaming from Bedok Stadium from East Coast GRC. So today is the second PAP speech of the season, second PAP rally of the season, sorry. So as you can see at the back, there's 4 MPs contesting. Among them is Lim Swee Say, who's the Manpower Minister. The crowd here is about, I would say, slightly more than 1,000 strong. The mood is quiet. People are waiting around for things to happen. The heavyweight minister himself has not arrived yet. Again, that's Mr. Lim Swee Say. Given that yesterday's rally started at about 8 p.m., it's likely that today might start at 8 p.m. as well. So now it's about 7:25. We've got about 35 minutes of streaming. Nothing much to do. So why not let's go talk to some people. You pan the crowd. You can say that. Hello, auntie. You look very comfortable. Okay, ma'am. Sorry, 大姐. Okay, 大姐. What time do you come?
I reached about 7. Just 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, you got a very nice spot since you came early.
Yeah, they came earlier. They came at 6:30.
Oh,
Yeah.
so who are you
Hello.
supporting?
Hi. Are we fine here?
Yeah, you're fine here.
Fine, good, huh? Okay, thank you.
Who are you supporting in the team?
We support everyone. Of course, we support the anchor minister.
Oh, so
Today it's only East Coast, huh?
yeah, you're only East Coast.
Only East Coast, okay.
You say you're from DBS, right? So which one is from DBS? Which one of them?
Nobody is from DBS, huh?
Oh, I saw the poster there, said sponsored by DBS. I thought maybe you're from the staff union.
Yeah, lah, DBS staff union, lah.
But you're not the staff union, lah.
Yeah, we are from the staff union.
Okay. How come the DBS staff union is at PAP rally?
PAP rally, I don't understand.
No, as in, usually a company is here because someone in the GRC is working for DBS, right?
I understand. You're saying that. No, we are from the DBS staff union.
Action Party Rally.
But Minister Lim Swee Say was last time our ex-NTUC chief, so we are here to support him.
Oh, okay.
How many people here are living in
thanks.
Bedok?
Yeah.
Bedok, are you there?
Yes.
How many of you are living in Kampong Chai Chee? How many of you are living in Singaporeans? How many of you are living in Changi Simei? And how many of you love Singapore? That's the spirit. That's the spirit. And I need all of you who live in Singapore and the next 50 years of Singapore to come on over to the front because we need to hear you tonight. Alright, don't be shy. Come on over to the front and I want to hear your cheers. In another 15 minutes, the candidates will be here, the speakers will be here, and we're going to start the program really shortly. So all of you, those who are able, please come on over to the front and in 15 minutes, I will be back.
ask two of you some questions with your banner.
Alright. Okay. What kind of questions?
Why are you here? Who you support?
Oh, okay.
Why are you supporting him or her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, hi. Wow, 好亮.
Yeah, it's really bright. Do you want us to like push it down?
Okay, maybe switch it off lah.
Okay, yes.
It's very
I think that'd
bling.
be better.
Okay, hi. Are both of you residents of East Coast?
Yeah. We are sisters actually. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Why are you here?
We're here to support Mr. Lim because we help out at the MPS and we feel that he's very passionate about the people. So that's something that we think is important in a leader.
Okay.
Yep. And we really like him. He's very humble. He appeals to the residents a lot and he's just really caring about everyone and
Do you think he has been doing a good job as manpower minister?
Yeah, I really do think so. I mean, he really focuses on the Singapore core. And I think that that's the thing that a lot of people are worried about. So I think that having him as a resident it really makes you feel more comfortable that he will look after your needs.
Can you name me one policy that he has changed over the years that has impacted Singaporeans?
One policy that he has changed over the years.
Or one thing he has implemented?
I feel like the Singapore core thing, I feel like he's getting people, like he's really approaching the companies and getting them to focus more on having like a larger percentage of Singaporeans instead of foreigners. And I think that's one of the main concerns of Singaporeans. So,
sorry, continue.
Yeah, so anyway, so having him do that, I think it's really important and it shows that he really cares about Singaporeans in general.
Yeah. And also the minimum wage policy. I know everyone wants the progressive wage. I know everyone wants a minimum wage, but he actually reinstates the reason why we should have a minimum wage and why we'll work for an economy like Singapore. So I feel like he explains it really well, and for normal people like us, we are able to get what he's able to say and portray. Yeah, so I really like that.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Amy safe to go into the media area.
But the front is...
There lah, the camera.
We can go nearer than the media.
But if you go too near, you can't get everyone.
It's good, that's all.
Maybe pan the crowd one more time.
All the way. Process of
Alright, I hear some people cheering in the stands. Are you still cheering or not? Yeah! Don't be shy, come on over in front and we're going to cheer you guys, do some warm up before the actual show. How about that? So come on over, those people on my left. Are you cheering for the AP? Come on over to the front and let's do this together. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight and the show of love for the country for the next 50 years. Ladies and gentlemen, put our hands to welcome our candidates, Mr. Lee Yuan and Ms. Jessica Tan, walking into the field. So if you want to have a good look, you say hello to Mr. Lee or Ms. Jessica Tan, come on over to the front, don't be shy, we have a lot of space. Come on over to the front and we will cheer together for the next 50 years.
Hello, Mr. Lee.
Amen.
Thank you. Last time I stayed on the field, no? Last time I stayed with Sept. Thank you, uncle.
Next round,
Okay, 谢谢你哈。Thank you very much. I don't think so, right?
from Pasir Ris. Come to support you.
All the way.
Joji Hens. Hello.
Thank you.
PAP.
For Singapore.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello,
Thank you very much. Thank you.
PAP sure win, don't worry.
Avenue 5.
Your support.
Yes.
Thank you. Hello. Hi. Hello. Thank you very much.
请你们没有意见的话，往前面来，感觉一下我们这里的气氛，好不好？
Alright, here's some cheers going on. So how about I lead the cheer this time? Majula! 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 So when I say Majula PAP, you repeat after me. Majula PAP! Majula Singapore! That's right. So come on over, you're going to do more of that. You feel the energy coming? Come on over to the front, and then we're going to hear you loud and clear in another 5 minutes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on my right, let's welcome one of our candidates, Dr. Muhammad Maliki Osman!
Thank you for being here. Thank you. Where are you staying here? All the way here. Thank you so much for being here. I already... You don't look here at all. You look 50 only. Thank you guys. Hi. Hello. Hi. Thank you for coming. Discern, yeah. Thank you for coming. Hello. Hi. Thank you for coming. Hi. Hello. Thank you.
Alright, thank you ladies and gentlemen. We have some local speakers for you to start off tonight's rally, and these are all people who have been serving and living with you as your neighbors for the last 10 or 20 years. And the first speaker that we invite from Kampong Chai Chi, let's put our hands together to welcome Mr. Haridas Govindarajan.
ஈஸ்ட் கோஸ்ட் குழு தொகுதியில் வாழும் என் அன்பு சகோதர சகோதரிகளே, குடியிருப்பாளர்களே, உங்கள் யாவருக்கும் எனது மனமோர்ந்த வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். என் பெயர் ஹரிதாஸ். 1972 ஆண்டு முதல் கம்போங் சாய்ச்சியில் வசித்து வருகிறேன். முன்பு இருந்த கம்போங் சாய்ச்சிக்கும் இப்பொழுது காட்சியளிக்கும் கம்போங் சாய்ச்சிக்கும் பல மாற்றங்கள் உள்ளன. போதுமான வசதிகள் இல்லாமல், போக்குவரத்துக்கு குறைவான பேருந்துகள், கடைகள் மற்றும் பாதுகாப்பு இல்லாமல் விளங்கியது கம்போங் சாய்ச்சி. அடியாட்கள், ரகசிய கும்பல் கூட்டங்கள் போன்ற போர்வையில் விளங்கிய கம்போங் சாய்ச்சி டாக்ஸி ஓட்டுநர்கள் கூட வர பயந்த காலம் மாறி இப்பொழுது அனைவர்களும் விரும்பும் ஒரு நவீன நகரமாக திகழ்கிறது. காரணம் என்ன? பன்நோக்கத்துடன் மக்கள் நலனில் மிகவும் அக்கறை கொண்டு பலவித திட்டங்கள் தீட்டி குடியிருப்பாளர்களின் ஒத்துழைப்புடன் பாடுபட்ட காலஞ்சென்ற மேஜர் போம்சிச்சி, டாக்டர் ஹோங்கான், திரு தான்கூர், திரு லீ ஹீசேன் முதியோர்களுக்கு நாம் நன்றி செலுத்த வேண்டும். அன்பான சகோதர சகோதரிகளே, அக்கம் பக்கத்தை சுற்றி ஒரு முறை நடந்து வந்தால் வாகனங்கள் நிறுத்தும் புது இடங்கள், இணைப்பு பாதைகள், வாகனங்களில் இருப்போரை இறக்கிவிடும் இடங்கள், பூந்தோட்டங்கள், மின் தூக்கிகள், ஏன் புதுப்பிக்கப்பட்ட கழிவறைகளை கூட காணலாம். கம்போங் சாய்ச்சியில் வாழும் இந்திய மக்கள் யாவரும் ஒரு தாய் வயிற்று பிள்ளைகள் போல் நல்ல அறிமுகம் மாணவர்களாகவும் அண்டை வீட்டார்களாகவும் நட்போடு வாழ வேண்டும். இந்த சிந்தனையை கம்போங் சாய்ச்சி இந்திய நட்பணி குழு தம்மால் முடிந்தவரை பலவித நிகழ்ச்சிகள் மூலம் இந்த இலக்கை அடைய பாடுபட்டு வருகிறது. ஆண்டுதோறும் பொங்கல் விழா, தமிழ் புத்தாண்டு கலை நிகழ்ச்சி, தீபாவளி நிகழ்ச்சி மற்றும் உள்ளூர் வெளியூர் சுற்றுலா முதலிய ஆட்டம், பாட்டம், கொண்டாட்டம் நிறைந்த நிகழ்ச்சிகளை ஐஎஸ்சி செயல்பட்டு வருகின்றது. மேலும் இதில் உள்ள சிறப்பு அம்சமாக இந்தியர் அல்லாதவர்கள், சீனர், மலாய்க்காரர்கள் நமது நிகழ்ச்சியில் மனமுகர்ந்து கலந்து கொண்டு மகிழ்ச்சி அடைகின்றனர். இந்திய பழக்க வழக்கங்கள், கலாச்சாரங்கள் போன்றவற்றை அறிந்து கொள்ள நல்ல வாய்ப்பை அளிக்கிறது. இதன் விளைவு இனம், மத வேறுபாடின்றி நல்ல அண்டை வீட்டார்களாக கம்போங் சாய்ச்சியில் வாழ்ந்து வருகின்றனர். இந்திய நடனத்தை சீனர் மலாய்க்காரர் நடனமாட, சீனர் மலாய்க்காரர்களின் நடனங்களை இந்தியர்கள் ஆட முயற்சி செய்து வருகின்றோம். இதற்கு அனைவரின் ஒத்துழைப்பு தேவை. விரைவில் இந்திய நட்பணி குழு படைக்கவிருக்கும் தீபாவளி நிகழ்ச்சியில் இத்தகைய நடனத்தை காணலாம். சிங்கப்பூரின் எதிர்காலத்தை பற்றி, இந்திய மக்களின் வாழ்க்கை தரம், வளர்ச்சி விகிதம், அதாவது கல்வி, வேலை வாய்ப்பு, குடியிருப்பு வசதிகள் பற்றி சிந்திப்பதில் அதிக நேரத்தை செலவிடுகின்றது. எதிர்காலத்திற்கு தயாராக இருக்க நமது ஊழியர்களுக்கு எப்படி உதவுவது? எதிர்காலத்திற்குள் சிங்கப்பூரை தாக்குப்பிடிக்க செய்வது எப்படி? GE2015 கொண்டாடுவதற்கு அதிக காரணம் இருந்தாலும் நாம் பணியாற்றுவதற்கு இன்னும் நிறையவே உள்ளன. உங்களுக்கு சேவையாற்ற, நமது பிள்ளைகளுக்கு ஒளிமயமான எதிர்காலத்தை நோக்கி சிங்கப்பூரை வழிநடத்த மக்கள் செயல் கட்சிக்கு ஆதரவு அளியுங்கள். உங்களுக்கு தொடர்ந்து பணியாற்றுவதை மக்கள் செயல் கட்சி ஆவலுடன் எதிர்பார்க்கிறது. மேம்பாடுகளை கட்டிக்காத்து எல்லோருக்கும் புதிய சுற்றுச்சூழல் மற்றும் சமுதாய மேம்பாடுகளை கொண்டு வரும். உங்களின் பங்காளித்துவம் மதிப்புமிக்கதாக இருந்தது. நமது எதிர்காலத்திற்காக மேலும் அனுகூலமாக உங்களுடன் பங்காளியாக இருப்பதை நாங்கள் எதிர்பார்க்கிறோம். உங்கள் பால் அக்கறை கொள்வோம். உங்களுடன் இணைந்து அக்கறை காட்டுவோம். ஈஸ்ட் குழு தொகுதியாக ஒன்றுபட்டு அக்கறை கொள்வோம். உங்களுக்கும் உங்கள் குடும்பத்திற்கும் மாற்றத்தை ஏற்படுத்த பணியாற்றுவது மக்கள் செயல் கட்சி மட்டும்தான். ஆதலால் மக்கள் செயல் கட்சிக்கு வாக்களியுங்கள். எங்கள் வாக்குறுதி உங்களுக்காக, சிங்கப்பூருக்காக உங்களுடன் நாங்கள் பணியாற்றுவோம். ஓடு அம்மா ஓட்டு மின்ன சின்னத்தை பார்த்து மல்லா சிங்கப்பூரா மல்லா.
Thank you. A round of applause for this arena. So, to my right, let's welcome our candidate, Mr. Little Sweet Air. Let's cheer for Mr. Little Sweet Air. Majulah! Majulah! Alright, we have another speaker, also a long-term activist and resident of East Coast. Let's put your hands together to welcome on stage, Madam Vivian Liu.
各位乡亲姊妹，大家好！各位兄弟姐妹，你们大家好！好！我是林姐，我是住在市美区内，已经有20多年了。我今天告诉你们的是我们的候选人，我们的代表，区内代表，这是一个党。他是一个怎样的人呢？很友善，很有效率，很关心居民的代表。在市美服务的10年里面，他10年如一日。一直与居民打成一片，很关心居民的生活环境、生活素质。无论任何时候，只要你们居民有困难，你去求于他，他都会立刻伸出援手，没有第二句话。很快的，很有效率的，他立刻来联络你，帮你解决问题。他很注重市内居民的健康，尤其年老的一辈，很多乐龄活动、健康的活动等等，没有他的支持和鼓励和参与是无法实行的。他有老吾老，人之老；幼吾幼，人之幼的精神。今天的活动无论大小，他都会在百忙中抽出时间，每一项活动，每一个他都会参与每一个活动，从不会说他很累啊，他也说他没有时间啊，没有，从来没有。我在那边10年，他在那边里面活动代表我们我从来没有看过他在哪一项活动里面他没有出席过。他对居民的心声无论老少，他都很耐心的、很关心的听取，还有改善。无论你大小代志老人的代志，你去催伊，还是少年代志，伊肯会真正有耐心的去听，真正有耐心的去帮忙、去关心。伊唔捌讲你是较有读册，还是无读册，还是较有钱的，较无钱，还是什么人，伊都一直会去关心你。我唔捌看见伊无关心人看无，大家真正努力的去跟他们接近，跟他们打成一片。在主务翻新计划的时候，他会问每一个居民，还会分时问他你们有什么要求，你们需要哪里需要改进，环境里面需要有什么设施，他都一一的做到了。 啊，你路不平，你跟他讲这个残疾人士要那个轮椅很难走啊，他就会去弄堂平衡。或者说这里很少运动场所，你知道这里是一个很小的区域了哈，很少活动，他们要去到咱这边才能够活动，他就会在那个翻新的计划下，建造了很多运动场所，让那些做工的人在工余之后能够去那边运动，这样就能够保持身体健康啊。所以是美因为有江经济这么好、这么亲切的代表，你解释得当，使住在区内的人很安全、很有保障，而且生活素质也提高了，能够在工余的时候去活动，能够很安全的、很方便的在区内四处的走动。我们唯有在这么一位这样关心、这样关切我们的代表而感到骄傲。我们生活在这个区内有安全感，你们说是吗？是。我们的支持是我们的铁皮，使我们将来的日子会更加好，使我们的子子孙孙生活得更幸福、更有素质。谢谢各位。
Alright, how about a cheer momentum within you? Majulah! 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 Alright, our next local speaker, staying in Singapoore for at least 20 years. Let's put our hands together to welcome Miss Charlie Hui.
好，我是小李，我在东海岸。从小到大都在做东海岸，大家是不是跟我一样？今天我要跟你分享一些心里话。我很高兴看到你们大家在这里，因为你和我一样是非常关心这一次大选的。这一次大选气氛很不一样，有很多人在讲话。我们身为选民，要怎么样在这个喧闹的情况下做出明确、正确的选择？我想跟你分享一下，我们史启纳孟里奇博士的一个例子。孟里奇博士他在4年前来到史启纳，今天你看到孟里奇博士呢，他有一个很苗条的身材。他这个苗条的身材呢是怎么样来的呢？他是走出来的，他走遍了很能干，这是大家可以看得到的。可是更有意义的是，他聆听。他在最近呢，我们国庆节的时候，我们举办这个活动，它不是一个小活动，他想把大家拉在一起做出一些我们想不到也是做到的事情。我们做出了什么呢？2000人，我们2000人在一起，画出一个鱼尾狮头，一个很震撼的2000人在一起做一同样的活动。这一次呢，我心里感受到，我从小到大在东海岸，我从来没有想到可以跟这么多人去做出一样的东西，在大家的团结起来，可以做出伟大的东西。我那时候想到，住在东海岸真的，如果换了班人，换了另外的人，我们在东海岸是不是可以这样好？现实的未知数。我们选政也是一样，要选一个可以让我们把自己做不到的事情、想不到的事情做得到，带领我们做到我们意想不到的事情。我们的周围在变化，不止新加坡有很多人在讲话，我们的邻居马来西亚、泰国也有很多人在变动。我们的大家周围的情况都不一定，经济越来越情况越来越衰退。在这种情况下，我们必须团结起来。我们要有一些可以信任、我们可以信任的人带 带领做我们做出我们自己想不到我们可以做到的事情。所以在这里，我要跟大家呼吁一下，我们要选的是人民行动党。
对。
This day we have to choose leaders who will take us places we didn't think we could go before. Vote for PAP.
Majulah PAP. Majulah PAP. Majulah Singapura. Alright, now our next speaker, speaking in Malay. Let's put our hands together to welcome Mr. Yusof.
Assalamualaikum semua. Para penduduk di East Coast GRC. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dihormati, nama saya Yusof dan saya juga penduduk di East Coast sejak kecil. Saya sudah berumah tangga dengan 2 anak.
One on the way lah.
Insya-Allah 3
Yeah, one on the way ya.
Sejak dahulu PAP telah menjaga tempat ini. Tempat di East Coast. Mereka membina tempat ini untuk kita semua. Menjaga keluarga saya, ibu bapa, abang, adik saya, saudara mara dan juga rakan-rakan saya. PAP menjaga masyarakat kami, menjaga negara kami. Apabila saya murid di kawasan East Coast, saya melihat perubahan di sekolah saya dan juga di sekelilingnya, di East Coast, di Bedok, di Kampung Chai Chee, di Siglap dan juga di Changi Simei. Saya masih ingat masa dahulu, masa apabila kami terpaksa menjimatkan air. Kami terpaksa menggunakan lilin tengah-tengah malam. 30 tahun dahulu, bekalan api dan air selalu terputus. Hari ini, alhamdulillah, api dan air kami lebih daripada cukup. Lebih sehingga kita boleh memberi air balik di seberang tambak. Inilah taraf hidup. Taraf hidup yang kita sedang menikmati. Saya tidak bimbang jikalau anak saya balik ke rumah bila lewat malam. Tetapi kedamaian di Singapura ini tidak boleh diambil mudah ataupun senang. PAP mengambil berat tentang kita, anak-anak kita dan yang ada cucu cicit kita. Encik Lim Swee Say dengan pasukannya di East Coast. Encik Lim Swee Say dengan pasukannya di East Coast baik dan murah hati. Bila Encik Lim Swee Say tiba di Bedok, saya mengakui saya bimbang kerana saya tidak tahu pemikirannya dan hatinya sama seperti Profesor Jayakumar yang telah bersara. Tetapi saya melihat ketekunan dan kerajinan untuk menolong para penduduk kita. Saya yakin yang Perdana Menteri kita, Encik Lee Hsien Loong, telah memilih seseorang menteri yang hebat di East Coast. Saya melihat depan saya Encik Lim Swee Say dan pasukannya berbincang dengan ahli Town Council, berbincang bagaimana hendak mempertingkatkan kebersihan dan keindahan di East Coast, di sekitar East Coast. Niat pasukan PAP di East Coast bersih. Niat di hati mereka ialah untuk kami, penduduk di East Coast. PAP amat menghargai sumbangan masyarakat Melayu di Singapura. Pemimpin PAP di East Coast selalu bertanya, tentang hal-hal dan isu-isu dialami oleh masyarakat kami, masyarakat Melayu. Mendiang Encik Lee Kuan Yew 50 tahun dahulu telah berjanji dengan rakyat yang Singapura ini milik semua kaum, tak kira bangsa atau agama. Inilah perjanjian yang PAP akan tetap melaksanakan. Para penduduk East Coast GRC, marilah kami bersatu untuk Singapura. Saya menyusun 10 jari. Marilah kita bersyukur atas titik penuh datuk nenek, ibu bapa kita, generasi perintis kita. Marilah kita bekerjasama untuk menambah kejayaan ini. Marilah kita bersemangat untuk mempertingkatkan taraf hidup di East Coast GRC. Marilah kita mengundi PAP. Majulah PAP! Majulah PAP! Majulah PAP! Majulah Singapura! Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih Abang Yusuf. Majulah PAP! Undilah PAP! Majulah Singapura! Alright, now our final speaker for tonight. Let's put our hands together for an activist for more of 7 years, Mr. Leong Ee Sing.
Okay, residents, fellow Singaporeans, good evening.
Good evening.
大家好。大家好。I'd like to talk tonight about why Singapore is a 4A country. Why East Coast is a 4A GRC? 为什么新加坡是一个4个 A 的 GRC? You know, in the finance industry, we have this term we call the credit rating. Basically, 有借有还，再借不难, right? Coincidentally, Singapore is already rated AAA by all the major ratings agencies. But I believe if there is a special rating for Singapore, for East Coast, we are 4A country. We are 4A GRC. Okay, why? Okay, let me explain why, okay? The first A, action, 行动, 行动. Over here in East Coast, our MPs have launched many initiatives over the last 3 years to serve our residents, such as WeCare at East Coast. Our MPs and our activists have been walking the ground consistently. We have been reaching out, listening. Minister Lim, Prime Minister, serves the people personally at the Meet the People sessions. We have been walking the ground during our mobile Meet the People sessions. We walk to each and every door, knocking, visiting the residents, finding out their needs. Our aim has always been to put people first, to care for them, to find out for their needs firsthand. But to be frank, what has the opposition in our war done?
Nothing.
They've been selling the hammer. And anything else?
Nothing.
Nothing, right?
Yeah. Not rubbish.
So, have they been working for the rich, the disadvantaged, the poor, the elderly? Do you see them making sacrifices of their time?
No.
Or do they need to be empowered before they do anything?
Oh, please. Get rid of
Most
them.
likely, you only pop up once every 4 years. Just like, I had an elderly lady, she came up to me, spoke to me in Cantonese. When he was here, I'm so proud. Boy, stay on me. Hey, so we want a party of action and ability, or a party which makes up only once every 4 years. Second A, aspiration, 志愿. The PAP is not perfect, but it grows with you. It fulfills your aspiration. The party has been continually growing and improving over the past 2 decades to serve you. And somehow my parents told me, 50 years ago, to go to the washroom, you had to light the oil lamps and take their time, very careful so they don't step accidentally into the toilet. Because the whole of Singapore was enveloped in darkness at night. But today in the future, things are much brighter. And they are going to get much brighter with the PAP. So let us work hand in hand. Let the government fulfill our aspirations from the most basic to the most complex ones. The third A, accountability. I don't think I need to say much more about this, but our party has always been open, transparent, accountable. We are ranked the most transparent country in the world and the least corrupt in Asia. So fellow Singaporeans, even though I believe that we Singaporeans are very forgiving, sometimes we are forgetful, but we can tell right from wrong. We value integrity and honesty in our leaders. They have made the right choice. And finally, agility, knowledge. The brave new world we are living in is also a more dangerous one. You look all over the world, you open the papers, there's political gridlock, financial instability, terrorism and more in other countries. At home, we have so many challenges, nothing can be taken for granted. We need a strong, undivided government which can give us an edge, an advantage. So my friend told me, there are some types of voters, which may vote the opposition maybe unknowingly. One who knows opposition parties not ready to take over, but you still vote them. One who wants opposition to be in parliament for the sake of more voices, even though this has failed in other countries. One who believes the opposition because of their sweet promises. And one who is angry at the government for personal reasons, but does not look at the big picture. But friends, the opposition is contesting in every ward. The possibility of a freak result is very real. So I'm very concerned, like what our founding father, Mr. Lee Kuan Yew said. Once the unexpected happens, we can never put Singapore together again. Just like Humpty Dumpty cannot be put together again. So fellow residents, each of us are builders of the house in Singapore, in our very own corner of Singapore called East Coast. Do we want to build our future and our children on the blue sand? Or do you want to build it on the rock which is fundamentally sound? Let us work together to build a better future for us and our children. With you, for Singapore.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. How about a round of applause for all our local speakers for tonight? And yes, I see a small crowd, so let's do this one more time. Do I hear anybody from Bedok constituency? Do I hear people from Kampong Chai Chee? Do I hear people from Singlap? Now, do I hear people from Changi City? And now, let us hear from all of you Singaporeans! Alright, guys, give us a minute. Alright, a round of applause for all our speakers. Thank you very much. Now let us welcome on stage all the four candidates for East Coast GRC.
Para penduduk East Coast, saudara-saudari, marilah kita menjemput pemimpin East Coast GRC. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, pemimpin yang pertama untuk East Coast GRC, Encik Lee Yi Xuan.
Now, let us welcome our first candidate to speak for tonight's rally for East Coast GRC, Mr. Lee Sept!
亲爱的东海岸居民，大家晚上好。好。大家几时好？大家晚上好。50年前，新加坡一无所有。80年代，梁文福老师的一首歌里面就这么写到：我们这里是新加坡，我们都曾有所有过，现在拥有的不算什么，但是一点也真是给我。比起80年代，我们今天是大大的进步了。今天在场的居民有许多和我同龄，我相信你们有这样的感触，就是60、70年代，我们的父母都是白手起家，他们饿过，他们穷过，他们借过，在饭店他们也去过，但是他们从来没有放弃过。他们有很多孩子，但是没有良好的教育，但是他们很努力的工作，把你把我一个个抚养成人。他们吃尽苦头，为的只是让孩子有好日子过。国父李光耀先生在最后的日子里就这么说：我奉献了我的一生，只为换来一个成功的新加坡。请大家给在场的建国一代一个热烈的掌声。我们感谢建国一代的努力和牺牲。在这9年里，我和许多居民，尤其是有小孩的父母亲沟通过，他们都非常关心孩子们的学习和成长。有一对夫妻跟我说，如果只是我们夫妻俩要养活自己，我们不需要太多就足够了。但是我们很努力的工作，为的就是让我们孩子有更好的前途。我相信人是会大于自己的理想的生活的，这样的生活才有意义。这也是为什么我身边的义工和在场的每一位要奉献他个人的时间和精力，支持人民行动党的理想和工作。谢谢我的义工，谢谢我的党员，谢谢大家。亲爱的居民们，自2006年开始，我9年来广泛的、细心的聆听了居民的反馈和建议，进行了多项的翻新工作，就包括电梯的翻新、游乐场有盖走廊、候车亭的建设。目前还在进行的项目还有家居改建计划，就是我们所谓的 HRT。更让大家兴奋的是，乌洛中心最大的变化是在过去3年里面发生的。新的乌洛购物中心落成之后，已经把巴士转换站、地铁站和新的小贩中心连成一体，每天4万人进出这个乌洛中心，他们都让我过去在9年里有机会和大家讨论和推进大小规模室内户外的各项提升工程。但是对我来说，最珍贵的是我认识了你们的孩子和你们的父母。当我看到你们的时候，就像看到自己的家庭和我的自己的朋友。我很诚挚的期待能够再有机会和你合作， 一起打造这个温馨、优雅和关怀的社区。让我们为下一代奋斗，让我们塑造一个更幸福的新加坡。请支持人民行动党，请支持更美好的未来。Thank you all for being here tonight. Your presence means a lot to me and my colleagues. In my walkabout these 2 days, I have received many kind words of support and encouragement. From all the residents to me, thank you so much. In my Mandarin speech earlier on, I mentioned the many upgrading projects in Kampong Sai Chi, from drop-off points to children's playgrounds, from community gardens to lead upgrading and covered laneways. I want to thank all our residents in Kampong Sai Chi for putting in their efforts and making them possible. Thank you very much. But our job is far from over. We have ongoing projects such as the HIP and the LUP for a number of flats, as well as our multi-story cars. Still, the most significant change to our Bedok skyline is Bedok Central. It is the integration of Bedok bus interchange, Bedok MRT, and the 208 hawker center with a shopping mall. With this project nearing completion, 40,000 of residents, day in, day out, enjoy a better commute experience and lifestyle. During the construction of these projects, there were dust, noise, and inconveniences. But the residents who are affected exercise much patience and understanding. They know it is better, they know it is necessary for a better tomorrow. Thank you all for your patience and support. Speaking of tomorrow, I would like to share with you my vision of Kampong Sai Chi. Together, we can build a gracious and caring community. To do this well, we need to focus on and address our residents' needs. For instance, we are co-locating 7 amenities in a one-top activity center for the Bedok Integrated Complex, BIC. The 7 amenities are swimming pools and indoor courts, Bedok Library, Bedok Polyclinic, Senior Activity Center, Childcare Center, Kampong Sai Chi CC, and F&B outlets. We have just started a naming competition a few days ago to invite residents, to invite you, to name the very complex that belongs to you. While the hardware aspect of this project is obvious, behind the scene, we work hard to take in residents' feedback and suggestions. This is so that when residents, including senior citizens visiting the polyclinic, children going to the library, young people using the swimming pools and badminton courts, and housewives attending classes in the CC, will all find the facilities user-friendly. But more importantly, our next phase of the work will engage residents in activity programming. We want BIC to be built with residents for residents. I'm looking forward to the completion of BIC in 2017. In the meantime, we have other improvement projects in the pipeline, including the provision of more childcare centers and elderly care centers in Kampong Sai Chi, building of bicycle lanes and car connectors in the community. All these are the results of residents' feedback and suggestions. Thank you very much. As we undertake local improvement projects, let us not lose sight of larger national issues. One of the key challenges facing Singapore is our ability to adapt to an ever and fast-changing economic environment. Singapore is a small and open economy. The rise of certain industries in other countries could mean the demise of ours. Competition is global. Even our SMEs are not spared. I think online shopping is a relevant example. our SME retailers will be severely affected if more and more consumers here choose to go online. My key worry is, as and when existing jobs are eliminated, when businesses scale down or move out, will our workers be able to move on to their jobs? These examples several weeks ago, I read with interest that a new motorcycle plant opening in India. A Bloomberg report says only a few workers are still needed on the paint line in this new plant. 4 robots can do the work of 15 human painters toiling across 3 shifts. It seems that the latest version of manufacturing plants are employing more robots than automation, even in low-cost countries like India. These investments do create jobs, but they are jobs created for engineers, technicians, and IT support. Investor Mr. Jim Roger, in one 2012 interview, predicted there's going to be a huge shift in American society. The stockbrokers are going to be driving taxis, stockbrokers. So P&A jobs are no longer secure too. Now that sharing apps such as Grab Taxi and Uber are gaining popularity, taxi companies in some countries are under tremendous pressure. Meanwhile, Google and others have started experimenting driverless cars. Can you imagine the days when taxi cars come without drivers? To ensure that training is relevant. These examples only emphasize the urgency to prepare ourselves to future-proof our workers. At the national level, therefore, I would like to help champion the cause of Skill Future initiatives. Under the Skill Future initiatives, we are going to give everyone above 25 years old a training credit in 2016. How many of you are above 25? Except for young children. Our workers can use this credit to sign up for approved courses which help them to deepen their skill sets or acquire new skills. We are also giving special attention to workers above 40 years old. How many of you 40 years and above? The government will make available more courses to help to reskill you across all major industries. These courses will be mostly subsidized for all of you. In addition, everyone in the workforce will be given a training account online. This is to help track your training record and credentials. And we hope everyone from there will develop a habit of lifelong learning. Workers have to take ownership of learning and development, but we also need the employers, the businesses, to work with us closely. The government now is working with the industries to develop 20 sectorial manpower plans. We are defining the skill set not just for today's application, but also the skill sets ready for tomorrow's job. So for Skills Future to succeed, we want SMEs and businesses to come on board. In 2014, our survey shows that only 3 in 9 resident workers receive proper training. The other 6 have no training. Although the trend has grown slowly, but I think we can do more. So over time, we are determined to put in place a comprehensive infrastructure for training and upgrading. We need more and better trainers. We need to update the content of training, and our businesses must play a proactive role to train their employees. I also envision the need for more training facilities near our homes. We have to make it convenient for our workers in locations near their home or delivery channels through online. Then we can reach out to more workers. The government has committed to invest $1 billion in building up the skills future infrastructure every year for the next 5 years. Singapore is one of the very few countries attempting such an ambitious project for skills upgrading and training even in around the world. Dear residents of East Coast, it has been a great privilege to serve you and journey together for the past 9 years. Together, we have improved the precincts in Kampong Chai Chee. I'm excited about the vision of creating an even more gracious and caring community in Kampong Chai Chee. I look forward to your support. Please vote for PAP. Vote for better Singapore. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Discern.
Terima kasih kepada Encik Discern. Petang ini diteruskan lagi dengan menjemput Puan Jessica Neo. Sekali ini ada terpecahlah East Coast Tutorial Jang Female Selvi Jessica Tala Malay.
And now, our second candidate for tonight for East Coast GRC, put your hands together for Miss Jessica Tan!
Hello, East Coast GRC, friends and supporters, a very good evening. Thank you for your support and engagement with us in the last 9 years. This has allowed us to care for you, care with you, and care for East Coast GRC and Singapore. We have made a deliberate effort to reach out to as many of you, to listen, to understand your concerns and aspirations. This range from matters that impact your lives from a day-to-day basis, to your aspirations for your family and for your environment around you. We have embarked and completed many upgrading projects to enhance and provide new ways for you to enjoy your home and neighborhood. 91% of eligible old blocks have undergone home improvement projects, from replacing old and leaking pipes to having toilets upgraded in your flat. Through the lift upgrading project, 97% of all blocks have or are undergoing upgrading with lifts to be installed to stop at every floor for the convenience of our residents, especially families, senior citizens, and those that are physically challenged. With your feedback, the Neighborhood Renewal Program allowed for the upgrading of common spaces in our community to provide facilities such as playgrounds, intergenerational parks, cycling paths, and jogging tracks. In our private estates, Lucky Heights and Limau are undergoing estate upgrading. Seabreeze Garden and Toll are in the planning stages, and Eastview Garden has completed estate upgrading in 2012. With the growing number of condominiums around Flora Estate, new bus services number 4 and 767 have been introduced to cater to the needs of residents living there. Bus number 20 was also introduced to enhance the connectivity for senior residents, travelling to key transport nodes at Tampines and between Tampines and Changi Business Park. And this was the result of your feedback, your working with us, to work with our agencies to be able to provide you these facilities. The downtown MRT line, which will be completed by 2017 and planned for the Thomson East Coast line, will improve residents' commute time. In the last 4 years, we have invested $50 million in maintaining your homes, including rewiring, lift arch replacements, repairs and repainting. And why was this done? Was to ensure that our residents living in the public housing had safe and comfortable homes. We believe in not just taking care of today, but also providing for tomorrow. So with strong financial management, we have been able to invest a further $50 million for the next 5 years for repair and redecoration, lift replacement, water tanks and pump replacement, rewiring, re-roofing and refuse flushing systems for our public housing. And this will come from our sinking fund. A home is also where you are assured that your loved ones are safe and well cared for. Today, 72 childcare centers and 38 kindergartens are in East Coast GRC, providing parents the peace of mind that their children are taken care of as they are at work. So as we prepare for an aging population, a new elder care center in Simei will begin operations by October this year. A new senior care center at the Bedok Integrated Complex was announced earlier in July and is scheduled to start operations in 2017. Caring for our community, however, is not just about the hardware. It has to be about the hardware. Singapore must continue to remain a home that provides us the opportunities that allow us to succeed and build a better life for our families. It must be one that is inclusive and supportive for us. Even when we face challenges at different points in our lives. We could have been diagnosed with a major illness, perhaps even lost our job. We could be a student who needs a second chance in our education system, or a mid-career professional that needs to reskill. We need to ensure that we have the support in place to help and to ensure that we keep the door to success always open for each and every one of us. 2 days ago, I received a very, very pleasant surprise. I have an email sent to me from GE, and this is not her real name. GE had come to see me 2 years ago. And she wanted to get a course for her choice in Polytechnic. But she faced multiple rejections because she had decided to leave a place in Polytechnic that she had because she took a course that she was not good in. She realized it, and she had a bad transcript
because of that. But she decided that she would take leave and try to go for a cause that would make sense for her. Unfortunately, as I said, she faced many rejections. So she came to me, and after understanding what she wanted, I worked with the polytechnics to look at how best to support Jean in her aspirations. And Jean who didn't want to go for private education because she thought it would be a burden to her parents. So because she worked with us, and the polytechnic and ourselves were able to find her a place doing a diploma course of her choice. But that's not the end of the story. That's not the end of the story. Let me tell you the good part. What's more important, and this really warms my heart, so I must tell you when I read that email, Jean, and that's not her name, but if she's hearing me, I would say I was crying. Because she shared with me, she said this was a hard-earned opportunity, and therefore she worked really hard. Now 2 years later, she shared with me, in her own words, and I will quote this. She said, I am glad to say that I'm doing really well. I have a GPA of 4.0. Those of you in Poly know what 4.0 means, right? And guess what? She is now in the top 10% of the cohort. The Polytechnic even granted me a scholarship and a position on the Director's Honours Roll. This is the Singapore. This is the Singapore that we must all build together. So whether we're talking about our education system, job opportunities, the quality of public services, affordable housing and home ownership, healthcare, or strengthening of our social networks, what is important is how these policies are able to empathize with the needs of Singaporeans and allow you to improve your lives. We must have this people-first, Singaporean-first approach so that we can focus on good policies. We must have the courage to listen to the ground, to hear our people, to engage in the right conversations. And when policies do not land as they are intended to, your voices matter. And we need to hear it. We need to hear it from you and then refine the policies. You've got to work with us to refine those policies. And this is why in East Coast GRC, when Mr. Lim Swee said, we do things different, is because we have invested, because we believe in deep engagement with you. That's why we've invested in the long hours of dialogues, chit-chat, street parties, block parties, and little group conversations. You have also been very forthcoming and proactive in providing your feedback. So, for example, when East Point Mall was upgraded, the bank moved out. So you told me through the various house visits I did and when I bumped into you, that even in the last few days, how it impacted your everyday inconvenience or convenience. So I heard you, and so while it is a commercial matter between the bank and the mall, I decided that I should engage with the management of the mall and POSB. So I will tell you this, when I told all those stories and the feedback that you gave me, and I quoted many of you, especially all the aunties, when I quoted all of you, POSB believed me that they were a bank that you wanted to have back in this form. And even that they have to work with UNC to make this happen. So I will very happily tell you, guess what? Today in East Point Mall, you'll see the holding up. POSB is coming soon. So all that we have achieved, we did so together. We need you to continue to give us your trust, to build our Singapore together. We care at East Coast together. So vote for our future, vote for PAP.亲爱的选民们，晚上好。我和我的团队，谢谢大家，让我们为你们服务。这几年来，我们有机会了解你们的需求，为你们争取福利。我们一起经历了不少，克服了不少，也成长了许多。因此，我们建立了深厚的合作关系。新加坡有今天的成就，是建国一代给了我们一个稳定的基础。谢谢建国一代。接下来，我们要继续努力，打造一个让我们能骄傲的新加坡。我们要的新加坡是个更加包容和充满机会的社会。我们必须克服，对不起，我们必须确保新加坡还有无限的潜力。无论你在人生的哪一个阶段，面对什么挑战，都有发挥所长的机会，追求你的理想。为了创造一个属于大家的未来，请大家继续相信和支持人民行动党，请投我们一票，谢谢。
Terima kasih Tuan Jessica Khan. Seterusnya, Pemimpin East Coast GRC, Dr. Maliki bin Osman. Dr. Maliki Osman.
And our top candidate tonight from East Coast GRC, single up, Dr. Muhammad Maliki Osman.
大家晚上好。大家明天好。下面我爱讲安抓关华人关心老人的团队。我爱讲华人甲英文。哇！知道没？Because my Hokkien was good lah. I learned a little bit. I think I will talk a little bit in Malay. I will speak English, but there are two areas which I want to talk about tonight to show how much we care for residents of this coast. Let me start off with my speech in Malay. Saya lahir tahun Singapura merdeka. Tahun 1965. Tiada saya anak Singapura merdeka. Namun, saya berpeluang mengharumi transformasi yang dilalui Singapura sejak masih kecil lagi. Saya berpeluang menjamah pengalaman hidup di kampung di zaman bermulanya flat-flat sewa, dan kemudian bertempat di rumah yang dimiliki oleh orang tua saya. Saya dapat menentu keluarga besar selama 11 orang. Kini adik-adik saya semua memiliki flat masing-masing. Sama seperti rakan seangkatan saya amat bertuah kerana dapat berpeluang untuk mendapatkan pendidikan yang amat baik dan akhirnya membawa ke kerjayaan yang baik juga. Tentulah ada di antara kita yang lebih berjaya dan bernasib baik daripada yang lain. Tapi secara keseluruhannya, masyarakat Melayu kita telah menunjukkan prestasi yang jauh lebih baik daripada generasi sebelumnya. Ini adalah kisah Singapura. Kisah Singapura yang selalu kita dengarkan. Bagaimana dalam bidang akademik, masyarakat kita kini menyaksikan lebih ramai para pelajar menunjukkan prestasi yang lebih baik dalam pendidikan, dalam pemeriksaan nasional jika dibandingkan sebelum ini. Sebagai seorang petugas pensyarah di universiti, saya amat bangga membaca berita bagaimana lebih ramai anak Melayu kita berjaya mendapat kepujian peringkat pertama. Ini bukan satu perkara yang mudah, tapi kita ramai mempunyai sekarang anak-anak muda kita yang berjaya mendapat kepujian kelas pertama. Ramai lagi yang kini mengikuti kursus-kursus swasta, sama ada peringkat masters ataupun peringkat PhD. Kisah Singapura yang unik ini merakamkan bagaimana kita sebagai satu rakyat berpindah daripada rumah sewa ke rumah beli dalam satu generasi sahaja. Saya amat pasti ramai di antara kita yang mempunyai kisah yang sama, yang dahulu tinggal di kampung, yang dahulu tinggal di rumah sewa, tapi kini mempunyai rumah milik kita sendiri. Hanya di Singapura saja kita dapat kisah seperti ini. Betul tak? Betul. Kini 90% rakyat Singapura memiliki flat mereka sendiri. Masyarakat Melayu kita juga sama, telah berpindah dan meraihkan manfaat dan proses ini. Kita bertuah, saya sendiri bertuah mendapat berkhidmat dalam MND dan juga sebagai mayor di Southeast Asia. Pemilikan rumah adalah pemangkin kritikal demi memperkasakan keluarga kita untuk berdaya tahan yang mempunyai masa selamat kerana memiliki rumah mereka sendiri dan aset untuk masa depan yang lebih cerah untuk anak-anak mereka. Kami di MND sentiasa berhembas pulas untuk membantu rakyat Singapura menjadi pemilik rumah, termasuklah mereka yang bergaji rendah. Kini 90% di antara mereka yang bergaji rendah sudah pun cuba memiliki flat mereka. Sejak 2012, lebih daripada 1,800 buah keluarga, termasuk keluarga Melayu di sebelah kita, yang berpendapatan di bawah $1,000 telah menempah flat buah bilik BTO mereka untuk berpindah atau lebih besar. Di manakah di dunia ini kita melihat keluarga yang mempunyai gaji di bawah $1,000 dapat memiliki rumah mereka sendiri? Hanya di Singapura sahaja. Dan mereka yang tidak mampu dan tiada sokongan keluarga atau pilihan perumahan yang lain boleh menyewa flat awal daripada HDB. Kita sekarang mempunyai 50,000 flat sewa HDB, dan kita akan meningkatkan bilangan ini kepada 60,000 dalam jangka masa 2 tahun lagi. Dari jumlah 50,000 ini, kita mempunyai anak keluarga Malaysia sebanyak 30%.
Tapi kini, keluarga di dalam rumah sewa juga boleh memiliki flat mereka sendiri. Dan kami menggalakkan mereka untuk terus berupaya berjaya memiliki flat mereka sendiri. Hari ini, 2,600 penyewa flat sewa HDB telah pun menempah flat-flat BTO mereka dan sedang menunggu flat-flat ini untuk ambil siap. Bukankah ini satu keadaan yang harus kita banggakan? Hanya di Singapura saja kita melihat bagaimana mereka yang tinggal di rumah sewa diberi peluang untuk memiliki flat mereka sendiri. Hanya di Singapura saja kita dapat menjadikan ini satu kenyataan. Dalam saya bekerja di MND sebagai pekerja sosial dan juga sebagai Datuk Bandar di Southeast DC, saya amat prihatin dan sering menyokong program keluarga yang berada di bawahan yang menghadapi cabaran sosial, cabaran psikologi, dan saya ingin terus membantu mereka. Mana ramai yang pernah mengalami nasib sedemikian. Saya pun pernah mengalami nasib sedemikian. Tapi hanya di Singapura saja, hanya di Singapura saja yang kita dapat peluang untuk meningkatkan diri kita, peluang untuk berjaya, peluang untuk menjadi pemilik rumah. Banyak keluarga yang perlu kita pimpin, yang perlu kita bimbing. Kita harus mengulurkan tangan kita, membantu mereka, berganding bahu dengan mereka, dan terus berjalan dengan mereka. Berjalan di sisi mereka, bukan di hadapan mereka, bukan di belakang mereka, tapi di sisi mereka. Mereka yang ingin bantuan kami akan terus membantu mereka. Kita mesti yakin mereka, meyakinkan mereka yang pemerintah dan masyarakat amat mengambil berat tentang hidup mereka. Saya sedang bekerja keras di pemerintah, di Kementerian Pembangunan Negara untuk membangunkan skim perumahan permulaan semula, untuk memberi peluang kepada bekas pemilik flat yang mempunyai anak kecil yang hari ini berada di rumah sewa, di flat-flat sewa kita, untuk memiliki flat mereka sekali lagi. Para penduduk Indonesia, pemerintah Singapura, pemerintah PAP amat mengambil berat terhadap masyarakat Melayu kita. Pemerintah mengambil berat terhadap mereka yang kecil, yang muda, yang tua, yang berpandang rendah, dan juga yang berpandang tengah. Kami ingin membina masa depan yang kaya dengan peluang untuk semua. Masyarakat Melayu kita telah menunjukkan prestasi yang lebih baik sejak 50 tahun ini. Kami akan menggalakkan lebih ramai untuk berjaya pada masa depan. Dan saya memimpinkan mereka untuk yang tinggal di belakang. Mungkin ada yang tersandung dan terjatuh, tapi kami akan berada di sisi mereka untuk membantu mereka, membersihkan luka mereka, memberi mereka kekuatan untuk meneruskan perjalanan ini dengan kita. Kami akan menjadikan 50 tahun seterusnya lebih hebat untuk anak-anak kita dan anak-anak mereka. Terima kasih. My dear residents of East Coast, I came to East Coast 4 years ago. I didn't know anything about East Coast. I was placed to look after Siglap Division. Siglap, where are you? Of course, I care for the residents of Changi Sebe. Where are you? Bedok, where are you? Kampung Jaci, where are you? In 4 years, I've been truly humbled. Humbled by the experience, the opportunity to show how much you mean to all of us. We spend hours visiting you. You welcome us to your homes. You accepted our invitation to have a chat, to share with us your concerns, to share with us your deep desires of change, to share with us your inner thoughts. We fully appreciate each and every word that you share with us.
For the last 4 years, all of 4 of us have done nothing but listen to you. Listened, listened, and listened. And we don't only listen, and we act upon it. Yeah. We've done all that we can. I'm going to share with you something that we've done. What have we done? There's so much that we can talk about today. I just want to share with you 2 aspects that's dear to my heart. I want to talk to you about how much we care for our low-income families. As the low-income families are as much Singaporeans as many of us. And I want to talk about the elderly. Because if without the elderly, we will not be here today. Let me start off with low-income families. This has been dear to my heart. Because as a social worker, everywhere I go, the plight of the low-income just draws me. It just comes so naturally today that I cannot see a low-income family not being supported. Working in MND and being a social worker and an AM, I spent many sleepless nights thinking about our low-income families, particularly in East Coast GRC. I've seen many of them. I want to help them because I was one of them. In fact, many of us were there before. 50 years we've been here. 50 years we've gone through hardship. 50 years we've seen progress. But for some of them, it took a little bit more time. They're still there. But that doesn't mean they will stay there forever. It means with our help, with our care, we can get them to the best position they can be. First, we want to make sure that every Singaporean who has the potential will become a homeowner. Home ownership is critical. It is a critical enabler that will build resilient families who have the security of a home and an asset to provide for a better future for their children. We consciously facilitated home ownership even for our low-income families, with 80% of them able to own their own homes. Since 2012, more than 1,800 families earning below $1,000 have booked their BTO flat, a 2-room BTO flat or larger. $1,000 household income, and they're able to book a 2-room BTO flat or larger. Now, where can we find them? It shows that in Singapore, we try our very best to make sure that even the lowest income families in Singapore have the ability to own their own home. Why do we want that? Because we want to make sure they are able to build resilient families in their own homes. In fact, those who cannot afford at the moment, we offer them rental flats. Today, we have 50,000 rental flats run on HDB. We are going to do more, another 10,000 more by 2017. To house some of them, we want to make sure that these are temporary housing. So that those who can continue to afford to own their flat, we will help them. We will do our best to make sure that every family will be able to own their flat will be supported. However, some of these families who are in rental flats require some handholding, some guidance. I've met many of them. We must offer them this opportunity and walk this journey with them. We must show them that not only the government cares, but the community cares. All of us, do we care for them? Yes! Do you want them to succeed? Yes! Work with us to make sure that they succeed. I'm working hard in my ministry to develop a new fresh start housing scheme to provide another opportunity for those who have had flats before. They bought their flat, they sold their flats for whatever reason. We don't ask them too much questions right now. They end up in rental flats. But they've got young children. We want to give them another chance.
We want to give them another chance to build a life, a bright future for their children. And through this new fresh start housing scheme, we will do that. How are we going to do that? We have had the experience in East Coast. Some of you may not know. We have a project called Project P4650. If you want to try, go and buy 4650. We have never kenal lah, but itu kan kalian. But the spirit of 4650 is the spirit of East Coast. And what is that spirit? The spirit that we care. Who are these families in blocks 46 and 50? These are families who otherwise had no place to live. They had sold their flat for whatever reason. It could be divorce, it could be financial hardship, it could be indebtedness, and many of them have got many social issues. There was alcoholism in the family, there was substance abuse, there was domestic violence, there was teen pregnancy, many. And that's one of the reasons, those are the many reasons why they lost their flat, because they couldn't hold on to jobs. They came to us because we provided a safe haven for them. We don't want them to be on the streets. We don't want them in the beaches. We don't want them on the voids. We give them a safe place for the women to stay at block 46 and 50. But we didn't leave them there. We spent hours, we spent nights, we spent days understanding their problems, understanding their issues. We worked very hard. They got many young children. We got community volunteers. Volunteers, young people, retirees from the neighborhood coming every night to help their children with their homework. What does that show? It shows East Coast care, isn't it? These are all volunteers in the community. We have volunteers who befriend these families, who visit them on a nightly basis, find out how they are doing. We have professional social workers with the support from the Minister of Social and Family Affairs, Family Development. We have other BWOs coming, hand in hand, we help these families. For over 3 years now, we have over 1,000 families. 1,000 families will walk through the doors of 4650, and more than 70% have successfully moved out. With our help, with our desire to want to make life better for them. And of those, more than 30% of them are able to buy their own BTO flats. They are now housed in their own homes. How are they able to do that? Because we care. Because East Coast cares. And that's what we are. We are a community who cares for one another. We are a community who will not leave anyone behind. We are a community who will make sure that we walk together with every one of us, even if they are left behind. Let me now talk about the aging population and our elderly. I've got elderly parents. My dad passed away last year. He passed away at the age of 91. My mom is today 88 years old. And in 4 years that I've been in this school, I've met many elderly. My heart goes to them. Elderly who are in the HDB heartlands, even elderly in the private estates. They all come to us, we go to them, we talk to them. And it happens when we come and look at, because they're full of life, so much to share with us. But the one thing we must do, we must show and do that we can. We must act that we can, and we will take care of all our seniors. Over the last 4 years, every division in East Coast has various programs to look after our elderly.
In Bedok, we have CFAA, Community for All Ages. In Changi Simei and in Kampung Changi, we have daycare centers to provide care and programs for our seniors. In Siglap, we have the Civil Blueprint, a comprehensive program to care for the elderly. We introduced the programs like Neighbours for Active Living. What is this program? We learned that in East Coast, there were elderly who were at risk of being readmitted to hospitals. We discussed with Chinese General Hospital. They told us there's a group of elderly and then growing numbers who are going back to hospital 3 or 4 times a year. And we found out the reason. One, they have no family support. They were living on their own or with a spouse who's also an elderly. They were not able to follow their medication. And you know, when elderly are sick, almost every part of their body is not well. Sometimes they have to take medicine 3 times a day, 2 times a day, before food, after food, at night, in the morning. Even for us as younger people, we also have difficulty coping. Let alone to old. Some of them are at risk of falling down. I have an example here. I'm surprised to see him, Madam Wong. Madam Wong is here right in front. I first met Madam Wong when I first came to East Coast. I visited her. She lived with her husband and both of them had mobility issues. They couldn't even walk to the door. I felt sorry visiting her each time, because she has to walk from the living room all the way to the door, and she insists on walking. She couldn't walk. I felt so sad for her and her husband. One day her husband was taken ill, and her husband couldn't stay with her anymore. She ended up in a nursing home. We helped her and helped him get into nursing. And Madam Wong is now alone. But today, Madam Wong is wheelchair bound, but she's not alone. She came here and she was brought here by Kapau. Kapau, Kapau, put up your hand. Kapau. Kapau, put up your hand. Who is Kapau? Kapau is the neighbor. Kapau lives in that block. Kapau looks after Madam Wong. Kapau visits Madam Wong whenever she needed support. Not just Kapau, we have other befrienders, but Kapau will bring her wherever she needs to go. When she needs to visit her husband in nursing home, Kapau is always there. When she needs to go out for recreation because there are some activities elsewhere and she cannot go because she is wheelchair bound, Kapau will always be there. And today, I'm so touched because Madam Wong wanted to be here. She told me that, and Kapau wanted to be here with her. Can we give Kapau and Madam Wong a big round of applause? Kapau is just one example of the many volunteers that we have in East Coast. Madam Wong is just one example of an elderly who needs help, who needs support. An elderly who we must not allow to live alone, socially, emotionally. An elderly who we must show appreciation, care, concern, and above all, an elderly who we must honor. There are many of them out there. The pioneers, 我们的真火一台，是不是 pioneers? The pioneers are people who we honor, who we must care for. The volunteers are needed. And when we talk about the pioneers, I want to talk a little bit more also about another group of elderly who I've met in the last 4 years. These are all my elderly who are living in the private estates. We cannot assume that the elderly who live in private estates are without needs. We cannot assume that the elderly who live in private estates are functioning well and managing on their own. They talk to us, they speak with us, they tell us they also have needs. They tell us they are retirees, even if they live in big houses. They have needs too. We must connect with them. We must understand those needs also. Today, we are very fortunate. We have moved one step ahead. We have the Pioneer Generation Package. We show that we care and support our pioneers regardless of whether they are in the HDB heartlands, the condominiums, or the landed property. Because the elderly deserve, the pioneers deserve all our support. The pioneers deserve all our attention. The pioneers deserve all our appreciation. So what do we do now? Volunteers like Taipao. Now we have who we call the Pioneer Generation Ambassadors. I was tasked to start the Pioneer Generation Office at the national level. This is an office that we decided to develop and start to show that we really care for our pioneers. We developed this office because we want to have a pool of community volunteers with a heart to reach out to these pioneers, to tell them thank you, to tell them we care for you, to tell them we will look after you, and to reduce their anxiety about healthcare costs, because they're very concerned about healthcare costs. Today, my dear residents, within 9 months in East Coast GRC, our volunteers, our Pioneer Generation Ambassadors, have reached out to 9,000 of our pioneers. Reached out meaning knock on the door, met with them, and talk to them. 9,000 in 9 months. Give a big round of applause to all our volunteers. Who are these volunteers? It's all of you. Many of you are here, I'm sure. You have the heart. You care for them, and you show that East Coast cares. 9,000 pioneers visited, spoken to, and cared for. Meaning that it's about 1,000 a month. And mind you, these are all volunteers. Volunteers with the right heart and the right spirit. They will continue to visit the other pioneers. They will continue to reach out to the other pioneers and ensure that every pioneer out there in East Coast GRC will be acknowledged and supported. Now, they also are prepared to go back to the homes of these pioneers that they have met and do what? And explain. Earlier they explained the Pioneer Generation Package. After this, they're going to explain Medishield Life and other government policies. Why is this important? Because we believe that every pioneer out there must understand, must know that we truly care for them. And we will do that. We'll continue to do that. We'll continue to make sure that the community shows that we care for all our pioneers. My dear residents, the PAP government truly cares for Singaporeans.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We in East Coast GRC care for you, our residents. Whether you are young, whether you are a child, whether you are a teenager, a young adult, whether you're the elderly, whether you are poor, whether you are middle income, whether you are a businessman, we care for you. We want to build a future of opportunities for all. To our pioneers and our elderly, you are our pillar of strength. You have given us so much learning points through your experience for us to grow for us to mature, for us to be introspective of what we need to do as a community. It is because of you that all of us have grown to show what care in East Coast really means. It is volunteers like yourselves who will continue to make East Coast special for all of us. As we mature and develop, we will hold hands together. We will hold the hands of those who are slower and lagging behind. But we will never leave them behind.
Right.
Some of them may have tripped and fallen, but we will be there to help them. Am I right?
Yeah.
They may have tripped and fallen. We'll be there to help them up. We will be there to help clean their wounds, nurse their wounds, and make them even stronger. And we will then walk with them again. We will make the next 50 years even better for our children and their children, because in East Coast we care for everyone. So my dear residents, let me end by simply asking all of us, let's vote for the team who truly cares for you, truly cares with you, and truly cares for East Coast, and truly cares for Singapore. Vote PAP! Thank you. Thank you for being wonderful residents of East Coast. Masyarakat PAP, masyarakat Singapura!
Round of applause for Dr. Maliki!
Terima kasih Dr. Maliki Demosan. Marilah kita sekarang semua memberi sokongan dan bertepuk tangan untuk Encik Lim Swee Seng.
And let's save the best for last. Put your hands together for the lead candidate of Pap GRC, Mr. Lim Swee Seng.
Dear residents of East Coast, dear brothers and sisters from the Labour movement, dear fellow Singaporeans, East Coast GRC is a same but different type of GRC. If, for example, rallies, in most rallies you attend, you see the contesting parties, they scold each other, they shout each other, they fire at each other.
They are hooligans.
Not in this coast. You notice all my fellow candidates, we never say anything about the opposition or our opponents, because as far as we're concerned, this general election is about we serving you. We have We care in East Coast is not just a slogan. We live by that. Week by week, month by month, year by year. I give you an illustration. We know in Bedok, many of residents are growing old. So as they grow old, they worry about healthcare costs, cost of hospitalization. So a few years ago, many people say, in Singapore, healthcare costs are so expensive that you can afford to die, you cannot afford to fall sick. Now, as I see, as I think. Correct or not? Correct, only a few years ago. Since then, we have MediShield Life with Pioneer Generation Package, PGP. But let me ask you, how many residents truly appreciate, understand the benefits of MediShield Life and PGP? Today, this evening, I give you a quick test. Do you know that a person, for example, go to hospital for a major operation, intensive care unit for 2 nights, 10 days in the wards for recovery, the total bill may come up to about $20,000 to $30,000. You know? You don't know. Right now, you know. And you know, there's one best way of lowering the cost of burden is don't go to A class, no subsidies. Don't go to B1, only 20% subsidies. Better go for B2, 2/3 subsidies. C class, even better, 80% subsidies. So therefore, for someone who go to B2, your 20,000, 30,000 after government subsidies will drop to about 8,000 to 10,000. A lot of saving through subsidies, but still expensive. Grand. I say yes, yes. And do you know that the second thing you do after government subsidies is buy insurance? MediShield. If you're on MediShield, your burden will drop 8,000, 10,000, by about half to 4,000 to 5,000. Is that good? Yes. But is that good enough? No. Because MediShield today covers you only up to 92 years old. Secondly, if your parents, your grandparents, if they are old, they have pre-existing illnesses, they are excluded. All the pre-existing illnesses are excluded. Yeah. And most of all, for some residents, 4,000, 5,000 is still a lot of money. So, come 1st November with MediShield Life. Under MediShield Life, your 4,000, 5,000 will drop to about 3,000. On top of that, will cover you for life. No age limit. Almost called 92. That's why it's called MediShield Life. Yeah. But most of all Singaporeans, all PR, will all be included automatically, regardless of including your pre-existing illnesses. So when I say this to my residents, I ask them, hold. To truly care for them, I say, look, every 3 good news must have 1 bad news. And the bad news is MediShield Life is not free, you will pay for it. How much? I see if you are 86 years old, 85, 86 years old, your annual premium, 1,500. Boleh kok? Mana Yeah, I say not to worry. Pioneer generation, government firstly subsidized 60%. So after subsidies, your remaining premium maybe 600, maybe 700. Auntie, Ulibo, Lapachipa, Mana Yeah, I say not to worry. Every year, your pioneer generation, more than 80 years old, more than 81, every year government gives you $800 in medicine. You take the 800 to pay for the balance premium. So when I told them that if you are in the 80s, 81 and above pioneer generation, you'll be able to enjoy MediShield Life for free for life. I tell you, wow, they feel so reassured. This is how we care for residents. We really make sure they understand and raise their concern. Those are 70 will say, hey, this is what about me? Also free. I say, cannot lah, for them free, you will pay a little bit. How much? I say, mid-70s, the premium, 1,001, 1,002 per year. Government give discount. For those of you 71 to 75, government give you $400 a month a year. 76 to 80, $600 a year. You take the discount, you take your 400 to pay for the premium. Net, how much? I say about 100 to 200. Oh, They go 66, 67, they say, what about us? They are free, they want 200, what about us? I said, your case also got discount. 200 medicines per year from the government. Net, half price. You pay half of what you're paying to do. Wow, hey. Then the rest of us, what about us? Too young to be pioneer generation. Not to worry, since January this year, additional medicine, NTC people know, right? Additional medicine, 1 percentage point more, alright? And on top of that, 2/3 of Singaporeans will receive permanent discount from the government. And on top of that, with the transitional subsidy over 4 to 5 years. So in other words, doesn't matter whether you're young or old, right? You can afford medicine, right? So this was, wow, wholesale. Then some will ask, Mr. Lim, before I go to the hospital, I got to see the doctor a lot of times, polyclinic, SOC, also cost money. I said, no problem, we also think of that. I said, you go to polyclinic or SOC, he said, medication, $100. I said, if you're foreigner, you walk in, how much do you pay? Cepat lah, foreigner, 100 is pay 100. I said, yeah, correct, no subsidy. But what if you're PR? I said, oh, don't know. I tell you, PR 25% discount. So 100, you pay 75. How about Anting? I said, PR Anting 25%, the Anting, okay, half price, 50% discount. So $100 you pay $50. What about the low-income household? Child card, blue card, orange card. After Singaporean discount, half price, go child card, another half price. $50 become $25.
Wow, so good.
Then after that, how about pioneer generation? For you, another half price.
Wow, so good.
So if you have IC, blue card, orange card, plus 3G card, $100, $50, $25, $12.50. Oh, wow! This is what we do in this course. Right, means here, firstly, make sure government policy is good, and secondly, make sure that the people really understand how we care for them. Now, let me switch to Mandarin a little bit. 我的父亲他在1945年的时候17岁，在抗日战争过后来到先进香港，因为那时候中国情况很糟，他跟他的叔叔就到了香港。到了香港之后，看到香港说：“哎呦，香港跟中国一样糟啊！”他跟他叔叔说：“我要去新加坡。”他的叔叔说：“新加坡太远了，我年纪不小了，你要去的话，你自己去吧。我不告诉你了，你要去办呀。所以我祖父不知道，我爸爸就坐着船来到新加坡。上岸之后，看到新加坡那个时候情况1945年，他差点晕倒。中国很差，香港很差，新加坡可能会更差。可是没办法了。老远跑到新加坡，晕船吐到那个胆汁都吐出来了，然后青色的，你没看过没有看过？吐到青色的，他说受不了，没办法，就在这里落地更生。要怎么更生呢？去新加坡河去做苦力搬那个米袋，17岁，身体还没有完全发育，所以做了几天受不了了。后来就去路边人家那个小贩提供米他不会煮面不会他会挑提供所以人家那个摊主是煮面，他是每天会提供，然后去收餐碗等等。那么到了晚上，摊主回家咯，叫我爸爸要在那个路边过夜，照顾这个摊位。那么晚上去那里冲凉就去用公共厕所，是采得到公共厕所，附近的公共厕所。不过这个公共厕所白天是有热光，晚上是黑漆漆的了。说他听说这厕所闹鬼怎么办？但是我点了晚上就冲凉嘛，去冲凉。 那么为了赚版嘛，去唱歌。他是潮州的嘛，就唱潮州歌。后来那个谣言就传得很深，他说肯定啊，这个厕所风格肯定闹鬼，而且闹的不是潮州鬼。后来我爸爸跟我的妈妈认识之后，就结婚生下了6个子女。所以今年我们庆祝 GE2015 50周年纪念在想，如果当年我爸爸没有中了传到新加坡的话，今天我可能是个中国人所以想想嘿1965年，新加坡跟马来西亚分家因为我们李光先生他说他要的国家是一个不分语言、不分种族、平等对待的国家，所以我们在马来西亚生存不下去。因为马来西亚的宗旨就是马来西亚是属于马来人的国家，后来没办法分别。所以我常常想，如果当年1965年没有跟马来西亚分离的话，今天你我都是马来西亚人。对所以今喜年我们能够以新加坡的身份来庆祝我们的国庆，我觉得是很值得庆幸。所以作为一个新加坡公民，我多年来在问我自己，就是这个国家对我这么好，那么我是要怎样办法好好的报答这个国家？那么我觉得最好的报答方法就是尽我的全力照顾我们的子女。Now, with the Ministry of Manpower, obviously the issue that I concern most about is jobs. Because in NTUC, the labour movement, we believe that job is the best welfare. It's the best thing we give to any Singaporean, the best welfare. So with that, as labour movement together with other partners, we've always worked together to make sure that the labour market in Singapore will be tight, that workers with good jobs will be able to live a good life. Now recently there have been some discussions about whether our high manpower growth policy was the right one. Many people are not happy that there are too many foreigners in Singapore. Some feel that these foreigners are here to take away our jobs. And many feel that it was a mistake of the PAP government to let in so many foreign workers. So today let me share this with you. Why did we wait for this high manpower growth policy? Why did we let in more and more foreign workers? The answer is basically we go back to 1997. 1997, Singapore was hit by the Asian financial crisis. That was the year I first joined the NTUC in 1996. So a year later, financial crisis. That year alone, almost 29,000 workers were retrenched. 29,000. So NTUC can tell you the kind of fear, the kind of uncertainty, the kind of pain that the retrenched workers have to face when you're retrenched. In 2000, the bursting of the bubble.com, again another crisis. A year later, 2001, 911, another crisis. 2 years later, 2003, SARS, another crisis. So by then I was in the cabinet. So we discussed 1997, 2000, 2001, 2003. We have no idea how many more ups and downs are ahead of us. Just the world economy has become a lot more volatile. So finally we decided we must find ways to provide better protection to our Singaporean workers. So we decided that whenever the wind blows, catch the wind. Since Singapore, our workforce is small, we said, no, let's expand our workforce. Any company come to us that I have a good project for Singapore, I need more workers, yes, we allow them to bring in more workers. So because of that, we were able to provide, in our view, better protection for Singaporean workers. So let me share with you These are the concrete outcomes of how we actually protect our workers more. For example, we've always believed that the foreign workers in Singapore will serve as a buffer. So when it's a downturn, they can help us to buffer the impact. So let me share this example with you. 2000, 2001, 2003, during that period, 911 SARS and so on. In fact, during the 3-year period from 2001 to 2003, the number of local workers in employment during the 3 years went up by 35,000. But during the same period, the number of foreign workers in Singapore went down by 70,000. So in other words, companies in Singapore let go 70,000 foreign workers and hire 35,000 local workers. That is what we meant by buffer. Because of the foreign workers in Singapore, it serves as a buffer. Global financial crisis, just recently 2008-2009, same thing. During that period, the world went through a lot of ups and downs. Many countries, unemployment went up. But in Singapore, unemployment went up suddenly for 1 quarter and came down again. And during that year, number of foreign workers in Singapore dropped by 4,000. Dropped by 4,000 because of the downturn. But what about local workers? It did not drop by 4,000. It went up by 40,000. Another example, because of this higher growth policy, labor market was tight. When labor was tight and companies cannot find workers, meantime at the same time they're making better profit, what do? They give our workers higher salary, higher wage increases. In fact, for the last 4 years, for the last 10 years, the wages of workers in Singapore, whether the median wage or bottom 20%, have all gone up in real terms, faster than inflation. So therefore, let me assure you, if you have any doubt that why did we pursue that higher manpower growth policy, I want to assure you, we did it for you. We did it for you. If this higher manpower growth policy is good, then why change? Why change? Now, every problem is a solution. So every old problem is a new solution. But unfortunately, every new solution will lead to a new problem. Our high growth policy was good for the workers, but after 10 years, there's a problem. The ratio of foreign workers to Singaporean workers to foreign workers started to drop because foreign workers grow faster than the local workers. So from 3 to 1, 3 Singaporean workers to 1 foreign worker, the ratio dropped to 2 to 1. If we continue that policy, the 2 to 1 one day could end up becoming 1 to 1. And beyond that, Singaporeans will wake up one day to find ourselves among the minority in the workforce. So as a government, we say no. That is not the way to go. So we will find ways to grow our economy, create jobs, take care of people, a new way forward. So we decided to switch from a higher manpower growth to a lower manpower growth. So therefore, we tightened on the intake, inflow of foreign manpower. Since 2010, the decision was taken in 2010 before the last GE. So anybody will tell you that the reason why I don't change the policy is because of 2011. I want you to go and check the record in the parliament. Because in budget 2010, 1 year, 3 months before G2011, DPN Taman, who was finance minister, already announced policy shift in the parliament in the 10th February. Now, so what's the outcome? Since we talk about tightening, is it for real? Some Singaporeans say, I am not only, but still see many foreigners. Let me give you this real number. Firstly, foreign PMEs, people coming under employment pass, under X-pass. The number per year increased from 45,000 a year to now, to last year, 13,000. the drop is 70%. And the drop in the growth, 70%. It's a big drop. Of this number, EPS bus, the drop in the EP, employment bus, before university degrees, is even more drastic. From 30,000 a year 3 years ago to 1,000 a year each year in the last 3 years. So therefore, I want you to know, when we promise something, we deliver. If we cannot deliver, because no good for you, we will not promise you. For example, we were debating this in Parliament. Some members of Parliament, not necessarily from the PAP, suggested, in fact, changing for complete freeze. No more increase in foreign manpower. We say slow down. They say slow down, not good enough. Complete freeze. Why don't we take a path, popular? Singapore very happy. Wow, freeze, very good. We say no. Why? Many of the SMEs in Singapore, they all employ foreign workers. With this tightening, many of the SMEs are already feeling the pain. You read newspaper, some are closed off because they say business is there but cannot find workers. Can you imagine? If we have freezed the foreign workers completely, how many more SMEs would have died by now? Some will say, so what? We have more than 100,000 SMEs. Die. Let me tell you why, when it's NQC and today MON, why I'm so concerned for the SME. They account for 70% of our workers. Every 10 workers in Singapore, 7 work in SMEs. So if the SME sector goes down, tens of thousands and even hundreds of thousands of Singaporeans, their jobs also die. So that's the reason why we do not take the path. Now, because of the slowdown in our manpower growth, as a result, the companies have no choice to strengthen their Singaporean core. So, for example, in the last few years, and we intend to continue that, is to maintain the ratio of local workers to foreign workers at 2:1. So, foreign workforce in Singapore can only grow as fast as our local workforce. So that the ratio of 2:1 will be maintained. Obviously, some will say that, is it real or not? Because I look around, I see so many foreigners again. So 2:1, is it real? Let me assure you, it is real. Why? If we cannot deliver, we don't promise. The 2:1 is real. In fact, I give you another piece of news. If we take away construction, I think many people in Singapore don't want to work in construction. And that sector is dominated mainly by foreign workers, 7:1. 1 Singaporean to 7 foreign workers. If we take away the construction sector, for the other sectors, manufacturing services, all add together, the ratio of foreign workers and local workers is actually 1/4 foreign workers, 3/4 local workers. And of the 3/4 local workers, a vast majority are Singaporean. So this is where we are today. Looking again, what more can we do? In fact, this is only the beginning of our challenge. To tighten the foreign manpower is difficult, but we got it done. But having tightened on the foreign manpower, now that our workforce growth has slowed down, how do we grow from here? How do we ensure that our economy remains strong? So in the coming years, coming decades, we have many challenges. Firstly, how to make sure that the economy will remain competitive. We have to pursue the manufacturing of the future, the services of the future, the construction of the future. In other words, to create the jobs of the future. At the same time, through Skill Future, we have to retrain every Singaporean, young and old, like what Discern mentioned earlier. We must make sure that every Singaporean worker skilled for the future. with the jobs of the future to remain competitive, with the skill of the future to remain employable, you put them together, then Singaporeans in the future will be able to pursue career of the future. Because with the skill, they can take on a job and build a career. And this is our vision, and this is our commitment. We are going to try to give our very best to make sure that Singapore will be among the first nations in the world to be able to move into the future with jobs of the future, skill of the future, and career of the future. 亲爱的亲民，时间不多了，让我讲句话吧。在结束之前，我跟马丽比一样，4年半前到乌罗来，那个时候我们是陌生人。那么在过去4年半，我在乌洛跟我们的亲民紧密交流之后，我交了很多好朋友，所以这是我的一生的一个很的荣幸。那么在未来的日子里面，当然我们知道了，我们亲民需要关怀的地方还是很多啊，因为举个例子，我们的人口的老化，我们要将使到部落，不单只是生活环境能够好好的照顾我们的居民，包括年长居民，更重要的是如何使到部落能够是个温馨的家园，啊，互相照顾的家园。这就是大选，我希望啊，你们会珍惜你手中的一张票，希望你会考虑支持我们，让我们继续的为您和你同心协力，为国为民，把我们的生活做得更好。So dear residents, the last 50 years were very good for Singapore, very good for Singaporeans. But we want the next 50 years to be even better. This better future is not sitting out there somewhere waiting to happen by itself. Actually, this better future is in our hand, waiting for us to create. So in the coming GE, please cast your vote wisely. Value every vote in your hand, and we hope you'll vote for a team that will truly care for you, care with you, and care for Singapore. So with that, bersama anda, untuk anda, dari Singapura, 你我同心，为国为民 ，with you, for you, for Singapore.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We've come to the end of the rally. The candidates will now come to the front to greet the supporters. Majulah PAP! Come on, East Coast. Let's show our appreciation to our candidate, Majulah PAP!
of residents support the move away from this? And what do you think about some of this? Okay, thank you. Yeah, like. Hi guys, first question, are you guys residents of this area?
No, but
Nearby?
Yeah, nearby.
Okay, what's the main takeaway message from this rally?
I think the jobs of the future and the MediShield Life, as you mentioned just now.
Okay.
Right.
So with MediShield Life, your premiums will increase, right? What do you think about that?
I think the premiums will increase definitely, but it's like buying an annuity till you grow old. So even if you buy through the CPF or not the CPF, I think you will still have to pay that premium also.
So you're okay with the increase?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
That's what you want to hear, right?
Yeah, I'll take one more.
I wasn't really listening there. I'm very tired actually.
Okay, then can I ask you another question about why you're here? Okay, can you say that? Right? Okay, ma'am, I know it's been a very tiring day. Thanks for getting on cam. So, why are you here?
To support my my advisor, Dr. Maliki.
Okay,
Yes.
why do you support him?
He's done a very good job.
Can you give me some instances where he's done a good job?
He practically every week he goes for house visit. He really go down to the house and visit the residents and really talk to them. And he has the I don't know how to say, but he can connect. That's
so you're very touched by what he has done?
Yeah, I've seen it and I believe in it. I believe what he's doing is good for the benefit of Singaporeans.
Okay, thank you. Thanks. Okay. Hi guys. Okay.
Is it a voice recording or?
It's actually online, so everything's streaming lah. Then I also look very tall one.
Should you do it?
Okay, maybe first question. Do you guys live here? Like, are you residents of East Coast?
No.
So why do you attend this rally?
Because we support the PAP.
Okay. So what's your main takeaway message after listening to this for 3 hours?
I still support the PAP. We joined at the later half of the rally, so we only heard the last two speakers.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think the last speaker, Mr. Lim, gave a very thorough explanation about how MediShield will work for MediShield Life for Singaporeans. Okay. So yes, I think it definitely is going to benefit like a lot of the, especially the low income and the elderly.
He also mentioned that MediShield Life will be heavily subsidized for the elderly people and low income. But all this will be paid for by younger people whose premiums are going to increase. So it's you guys that are going to pay for it. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, at least this is not as unreasonable sum as what some parties have proposed. I mean, basically, they just ask for more subsidies, but there is basically no higher taxes. So, I mean, based on logic, that is not possible. So someone out there will have to pay for it. So when it's our turn to get older, we will also depend on the younger generation to subsidize for our part.
Okay, thank you. Hand?
No.
Can I take your hand? Or
Okay.
take like half hand.
Oh, okay. You
Half
don't take
hand.
my
Okay, take half hand. Okay, Uncle Shy.
Yeah, okay. What do you want to ask me?
Okay, my first question is, are you a resident of this area?
Yes.
Can we take a back view?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, a resident here. What is your main takeaway after listening to this for 3 hours?
No, I just came here. I just reached here.
Okay, do you
Sometime
listen?
about 9:45. So I don't know before that what was they talking about.
Mr. Lim, you didn't hear?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Okay. He mentioned this thing about MediShield Life. So
No, I just heard about what they call them, the manpower, the immigrant. Yes.
What do you feel about immigrants in Singapore?
No, I think it's very bad. No, it's too many. Just not what he told that the local. I think that is including the PR. I don't think that is fair to the Singaporean.
Can you elaborate a bit more?
In fact, I work in the factory. I saw it personally. A lot of factory. Actually, for the Singaporean, is a minority. 10 out of let's say my company. I think 10 out of what I mean is PR is considered as foreigner. I think 70% of the workforce is from the foreigner. It's unfair to Singaporean. I don't think they solve the particular for those older workers is very tough. It's not easy.
Do you think he's doing enough to help Singaporeans in the workforce?
No, actually, it's a good. Actually, there is a lot of things. I don't know to say something too detailed about it.
It's okay. We got your back view only. No one can see your face.
My voice, I think it's quite dangerous for me. I'm scared about it.
Okay.
It's unfair.
Okay, maybe one last question. What do you hope to see for the future of Singaporeans, especially pertaining to foreign workers and jobs? What in your mind would be the best situation?
What's the best situation? I think there is nothing can be balanced. It's nothing can be done much about that. There is nothing is can balance. If that can balance, I think there's no more opposition party. They can't say anything really. I think for most of the Singaporean quite aware, quite concerned about the immigrant. That is very bad for Singaporean. Actually, the PR students consider as Singaporean. It's a student considered as a local. I think that is they say it's a Singapore. It's a local, but not Singaporean. I think we got to.
Must separate lah.
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
Thank you, uncle.
Which?
开心电视机 Happy TV. happytv.com got YouTube channel. Hey, wait, I give you card. Thank you. Allow it, people take with PAP channel.
Just working hard with it. Sorry about that.
ISD, right?
That's what that's Don't blast. This is my stadium. Sorry. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm going to ask her.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Hello.
Backtrack. First question, do you live here? Are you
Yes.
resident? East Coast?
Yeah.
Are you Singaporean?
I'm not.
Okay, where are you from?
I was born in Bangladesh. I'm living here almost 10 years.
Are you a PR?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your main takeaway message after the speech?
What I understood, because I came here at 7 before they start, actually I am the witness of the whole program. And what I understand that they have a good plan for the future. That's the key point I have got from them.
Okay, how about the stuff he said about reducing the number of foreign workers in Singapore?
Well, Mr. Lim Sui said he explained, I think he shortened it. Actually, what he said, it has more logic behind it. What he said is of course correct. He could explain much more, but I don't think he has enough time. But
what do you think
people
he was
have.
trying to say?
He was trying to say to understand. He was trying to make people understand that why government is, they cannot say no, like what he was saying, cannot say no, we are slowing down. I mean, you cannot say, you have to understand Singapore, because Singapore has no natural resource, has no other source, is all the people there, they get some kind of feeling to do here business because of safe, because of the manpower availability, and mostly industrial. So if they need laborers mean manpower. So if government just stop it, where you get the manpower? Singapore itself, the whole population is not enough for to run the companies. So that was the whole thing, and people has to understand that need manpower. I mean, if you look at a modern world like Western world, everywhere, they still invite from other countries. Look at so many Singaporeans are working in UK, USA. Why? What for? They should say they no need, or they are running out of people? Of course not.
Do you feel frustrated that he's responding to pressures to reduce foreign manpower in Singapore? Do you think that's
I don't
right?
think he's pressured. He's just trying to understand the situation that people, something when comes in the community or in the country, it takes time to make people understand, to believe things. That is suddenly, because some people just believe, it's just some kind of political view, I think, that they just say whatever you are doing, I just say opposite one. But how he explained, I mean, of course it is right. Then it will take time, but of course I believe, without foreigners not possible. I mean, not possible. We cannot afford that.
He's going to continue decreasing the number of foreign workers.
But he didn't say he will stop it.
He won't stop, but he will continue.
Decrease that. That's fine.
So this means there's less likelihood that more.
No, that's fine. At the same time, you have to understand the skill feature is coming on the next to it. At the same time, when he is reducing, at the same time, he is preparing the locals to fill up. He has a 200%, I have to say 200% a future plan. That's why government, because, okay, who is government? Government is people. You and me is the government, right? They are just our representative. What we are saying, they have to follow that. So when they are reducing the foreign workers, at the same time, the skill feature actually creating that manpower to put it on there. So end of the day, you are happy, I'm happy.
Everyone's happy.
Of course, yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
我都真是没有。
网站 YouTube。YouTube 可以吗？来 OK，so 你是住这边的吗？
住在大牌有。
那为什么你来到这边 East Coast？
这个是应该是搬到这边的吗？
到813的意思？
不是，不动。
不动。
有那个车头了没有
？OK， 那想问一下，你为什么会来到这边支持 PAP 呢？
我现在都是住在支持 PAP 的，所以我在这里，因为我是住在这里，就是我跟人家租的，所以我们要找一个房子，自己有一个屋顶。说我孩子只有1岁多的。
可以跟我讲，这些部长是怎么帮助你们以前？
我从4月一直找他，都是他有帮我们写信。
谁啊？
林奇信，就是他有帮我们写信去 HTV 一大堆的东西的，然后他有帮我们很多了。
那你？
他要找他。
你要找他 OK。
我应该是谁的？
你要跟他握手一下吗？他知道啊。
我拍照给你。
我可以问你多一个问题吗？你对反对党有什么感觉呢？
我没有投他的票过。
为什么呢？这次工人党会来这边吗？
我不知道嘞。我爸爸都是传下来的，他每个5年都是支持 PAP 的。都是做的东西都是 PAP 先做，不是皇帝的先做，真的。
OK， 好，谢谢。
Okay. No.
I think we're done already. Get the people behind. Hi guys, this is Happy TV. It's been a very exhausting 3 hours in Bedok Stadium. Very folksy atmosphere, so people are polite but generally very supportive. So I guess to summarize the speeches today, what they basically said was PAP has been doing its job. It's been doing its job very well. Mr. Lim Swee Say mentioned some new policies such as MediShield Life, which will actually lead to an increase in premiums for younger people in order to cover older people who will be the key beneficiaries of this policy. So basically, if you're in the pioneer generation, the insurance will be practically free. But it's the younger people that are paying for it. It seems that most people here are supportive of this plan. I'm not sure if the opposition will be. But yeah, so thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.